Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look
One, two, three.
Flashlight 2020.
Flashlight forever.
Guaranteed to give you an STD.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use mine forever. It's pretty gross, actually.
What do you think the average lifespan of a flashlight is?
I don't know. This pen broke though. I just picked up a pen and there's ink spilling out of it.
Relevant.
I know that's completely off topic.
Unless that's your flashlight.
You just like fuck around with like shit on your desk, you know?
All the fucking time.
And-
I actually have a fidget
Yeah.
toy because of that. To stop me from breaking shit.
That is just weird. I don't know. Alright, there we go. So
You should
there's
get
that.
yourself
Sorry.
a fidget toy.
I got tons. That's
Not a
I
fidget
fidget
spinner,
too
but
much.
like I have like a fidget die. Have you ever seen those?
No.
It has
Fidget
like
die.
so it looks like a die 6 basically, but each side has something else, something different to fidget with.
Oh. Wait, what? Oh, each side has a little different thing.
Yeah, let me show you. Fidget cube. Just Google fidget cube,
Okay.
and I'll show you pretty much
I was
exactly
thinking
what
like
I have.
a completely different thing. I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I've seen these. I was thinking more like, when you said fidget die, I thought it was like, you roll it and it tells you what to fidget with, like, fidget with your balls, alright.
What?
That's
Stick
my
a finger in your
favorite
butt. I think we should make that our first discourse of human events
Fidget
merch.
die.
I think that would be solid merch, man.
Oh, there's fidget with a corpse on there.
That would be a difficult one unless you're dedicated to the craft.
Oh, you gotta kill somebody.
That's a prereq.
So you said you had a lot of shit. What's
Yeah, well, I mean,
number
so
one?
let's start with the obvious, the riots and protests, because I don't think we've discussed those yet, have we?
I didn't remember if they were going on last time.
I don't
guess
think they
not.
were.
It must have just been more Rona.
Which was just like maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago we spoke.
And now everyone decided, let's pour some gasoline on this fucking fire.
Well, so that's the first thing. Do you think there's going to be a huge spike? Do you think it's going to be an issue?
I would think so, although one thing is everyone says it doesn't spread that much outside, right?
Yeah,
it's
that's-
mostly an indoor thing.
That's kind of what I'm wondering. Is it doesn't seem like outside is a way to spread disease very easily. Like especially because all the protests, people are wearing masks as well. Like it's a double outside and masks.
Yeah, but there's got to be some.
It's
Just
gotta
like you
be,
get into
yeah.
some shade.
And other cities
get
are
too close.
opening, so with the protests, there will be a mild spike, right? But then everything opening on top of protests happening, I could
Yeah.
see a good spike. But also, it seems like maybe deaths are going down because people are learning how to treat it better anyways.
Probably.
Mm.
Like,
And
and
also,
also-
the virus is getting weaker.
Yeah, and then
Is
there's
it?
also...
Yeah.
Well, I think so. So people don't really know the exact reason, but probably. But there was also, because I've heard also that that's because it's infecting younger people now, right?
Ah.
Like old people know to isolate, but young people are going out in the streets being like, "I'm immune, motherfucker! I heard the news tell me
Yeah.
I can do anything. Let's lick toilets."
And then those people actually are immune because they probably get it and don't have as
Yeah.
many symptoms.
Exactly. So then they're not as bad. So
Yeah, they become toilet liquor.
That's gonna be on the fidget die. Fidget
To lick the toilet.
with the toilet with your tongue.
So far, all of our ideas for fidget die involve zero fidgeting. They're just dares.
A little bit. Well, come on, it's kind of a fidgeting. You're moving your tongue around.
I mean, playing with your balls was at least a fidget. Everything else, completely non-fidget related.
I mean, if you're fingering a corpse, that's fidgeting.
Okay, fair enough. I guess you got me there.
Fine, you gotta play around with the toilet seat while you lick it.
Spell your name on the toilet with your tongue.
Mm. We're gonna sell so many of these things. Fly right off the shelves.
Oh my god. Did you guys go to any protests?
No.
No?
Kidding me? No.
I guess you're in California where a lot of them turned riot. I guess Columbus did too. They still had one today.
Really? Did they?
Yeah, we've been going.
Mostly burn out.
No.
Other than Seattle.
Seattle's all fucking off the chain. That's the other thing I want to bring up was Chaz.
Yeah. Let's keep the protest for now. So you went to the Columbus one?
Yeah, I went to a couple of them, but by the time I went, they were pretty peaceful. They had the
Yeah, you
National
did.
Guard there. The guard, I feel like, was mostly protecting us from the police.
Okay. Did you do anything? Did you even get close to the cops?
Yeah, we walked by National Guards. We walked actually through a National Guard one time.
Yeah, but did you yell at them, scream, or were you mostly an observer?
I was doing the chants and stuff. I wasn't yelling in people's faces.
What's a chant?
They had all kinds of chants. Like chanting I Can't Breathe, or Black Lives Matter, or Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist cops have got to go was one. What was another one they said?
Not as catchy as Donald Trump. KKK.
A larger view across the nation, through police departments, some of which may be okay, but others may have certain biases which we need to get rid of.
Whee!
But we don't really know.
Doesn't really roll off the
we
tongue.
actually haven't done much research. But protests are fun. Whee!
But either way, we can agree that police suck. The other one was no justice, no peace. That was a big one you hear a lot.
Oh, I've heard that a million.
The hands up, don't shoot is a big one. Which is hilarious because that's a lot of times what they'll start doing when they get shot at.
Oh, like once they're being shot, then they go, my hands are up now.
Yeah, hands up, don't shoot.
No racist police.
Yeah, no justice, no peace. No racist police. That was the other one. You coming to join us?
A little bit maybe.
Okay. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was interesting, that's for sure. The last one we were at, they had like got much more organized, and like it was by the time the police stopped being like shooting pepper spray and all that shit into the crowd.
I still think the first
So-
one we went to was the most organized.
Yeah, so the second one they had shields, like literally a wall of shields surrounding the whole thing.
Third one.
Or the third one we went to. And so these shields were in case they started shooting bullets or, you know, like the little wood bullets or whatever. Rubber bullets, or there's like wooden ones too.
Really? No. Okay.
So there's like a walls. I don't know, there's probably like 12 people on each side, maybe more, maybe 20.
Maybe more, but it was literally a square of people. With,
Yeah, there's a square of people, like a big square that they made.
It was reflective shields.
Yeah.
So on one side it had messages, and on the other side was the reflective shield that people could hold.
A reflective shield.
Yeah, so the other side had like, I don't know, like a layer of aluminum foil or something of that sort.
I don't know. I've never made a reflective shield
I
before.
think it was in case they like started shining lights on them, they could reflect the lights back at them.
No, it was literally so if they threw like canisters or the
Well, that's why it's a-
wooden bullets. And
That's why it's a
everything.
wooden shield, the reflective part.
See, were you guys
the lights.
ever in danger of being
Yeah, I
shot
think
by
they
a
were
bullet of
shields.
some sort?
I think they were.
I don't feel like we ever were when we were there. That was like the first probably 3 days of protest, maybe more.
We also the first two we went to were during the day. We went during daylight hours. The third
Yeah.
one was at night. That was probably the most dangerous.
Yeah, the night one, it could have gone that way, but it didn't. But that's the one that was like more organized for defense if they started to do that. They had the shields. They started walking. Yeah, they had the white people go on the outside because they figured cops would be less likely to shoot at us.
So all the
Not even joking.
So we took over one square, one block.
An intersection.
It was an intersection, but it was a square. So on all four sides is where they had the people with the shields, and they were all white people. And then they organized all the black people on the inside, and all the white people were to stay on the outside. So that, like...
That's a good way to end systemic racism, by being like, all right, all the white people are going to go
That's
here.
what I always... That's
all
what I
the black
thought.
people are going to go here.
That's the whole thing. Is like, you use your allyship and you use your white privilege to help those that don't have that. And so you put them on the outside because it looks worse on like news crews and newspapers and internet articles if you show white cops shooting white people.
Yeah. Did you see the girl in Columbus that died?
No, one died?
Yeah, there's a girl that died from like the tear gas exposure.
Sarah Grossman. At first it was a rumor that she had asthma. Right now the family is saying that she didn't have asthma, but they still
I heard
don't
she
know
was on
why
fentanyl.
she died. So people are saying it was
You heard she
purely
was what?
On fentanyl.
Oh,
And she had the coronavirus.
dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with something like that to try and like...
So, but the family, so at first the rumor was she had asthma and the pepper spray and tear gas triggered her asthma. And then the family came out saying that Sarah never had asthma. So now there is a rumor going out that she was like pepper sprayed and tear gassed to death. But now there is another statement saying that like, no, that's not what happened. We're still waiting on the coroner's report.
Toxicology report.
Toxicology and all that.
But she went to protest and then died, so...
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
you do
she
the
went
math.
to the hospital because she had been tear gassed.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny how Columbus is one of like the center stages for all the protests that's going on. It's like Columbus, LA,
Really?
Boston, Seattle.
Well,
Is
we have the
Columbus
worst.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones.
Oh.
And like I said, they're still going.
Are Columbus police that bad?
Yes.
Dude, you don't even know. Because I looked it up after this. They actually
They be
have the
killing.
most killings for police out of all
It's
High
nationwide.
score.
It's like the
Yes,
most.
high score.
Yeah, it's like the most white police kill the most black citizens in the nation.
No, that's for Ohio. That's just Columbus has the worst white cops killing black people ratio.
That's what I said.
But they have the highest, but that's just for Ohio. Columbus has the worst. Not in the nation.
Okay.
In the nation, Columbus has the
In
worst
in
cops killing
in
people.
Ohio, it's not like that's a big race.
No, but not true. I'm just saying, there is Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Yeah, I am surprised Cleveland isn't worse. I've always
Yeah.
heard that's a shithole.
But the
Like, it has parts that are really shitty.
but the bigger problem is we have the most killings by police in the nation. So it's
So you
on
think
top of all
Columbus is
that, we
doing
already
shit?
have more people just being killed. And then, of course, Columbus is the worst with white cops killing black people.
So have either of
Cookie,
you
cookie, cookie.
personally had any problems with cops?
At the protest?
I know you're not black, so you can't tell me like
At the
oh,
protest?
They're
Or
like,
you mean
hey,
in my life?
We're arresting you for being black. In Columbus, yeah, just Columbus cops.
I had when I had my window tint. It wasn't that bad though.
Okay.
I mean, I got a ticket for window tint for a car I was sold with that window tint. I didn't know they could sell me. A
Oh
window
yeah,
tint.
mom and dad got that too.
Yeah.
Like when we first went to, I first went to college, I think, and they just passed the law, like brand new law, and like,
Yeah.
hey, we're giving you a ticket for window. Motherfucker, that was just passed. We bought this a year ago.
Right? I mean, that's one of my biggest problems with police is traffic stops. Like,
Yeah, that's,
we're gonna defund police. Get rid
I
of
was gonna
traffic
say,
stops.
I don't know
and the
anything about
abundance of
being
them.
black, but I do know bullshit traffic laws.
Yeah, and that's why I said in Columbus, I feel like I've been stopped less for bullshit traffic laws because they just have other crime to deal with. But in Shelby, I've definitely had some
Yeah.
bullshit traffic laws pulled on me all the goddamn time.
Exactly. I think two of the tickets. Well, okay, one wasn't bullshit. I was speeding, fair,
But how much?
but there was no one around.
Yes,
There was
exactly.
literally no one.
So is that a
Like,
crime? Did
it
you
was
feel like a
Christmas.
criminal?
No, I felt like there's like I was rushing to get to our Christmas party. I was like, okay, I see absolutely no one on this road. I don't mind going another 15.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
I do not feel in any way less safe. I'm getting to where I need to go faster because I'm going to be late.
So that's what I felt like. That's what I was telling Nicole. Is I feel like a traffic stop should basically be just limited to reckless driving, which could include speeding, but it's got to be egregious speeding, probably swerving in and out of lanes.
I actually want to mention the news article that we saw before the podcast.
Oh,
I thought it was hilarious.
you're going to go off topic. I want to keep on the topic before you get on there because it is
Alright.
a good thing I want you to bring up. But I was going to say, I did read an economist that I read, not from Marginal Revolution. You realize there's another guy on there. But anyways, the point is, he was asking, like, why do cops have to be the ones that enforce traffic stops? Like,
Nicole,
that
I
should
just
be
literally
another
talked about this
department.
today.
Yeah. Like, you know, you don't have health inspectors of restaurants going around.
Yes.
Like, they don't have to be cops with fucking guns. Like, they
Yes.
should just be a completely separate thing.
The reason traffic stops can lead to deaths are because the person's afraid a warrant or something else is going to come up. It's not because they're afraid of a ticket. That's not why they kill a cop when they get a traffic stop. It's because they have fucking like ounces of
if
weed
a
or
meter
something.
maid had pulled over the people in, like, that Fargo movie, it would have just been
They've
okay.
got heroin.
Exactly.
They would have just gone
They would have
along
just
with
paid the
kidnap
ticket and be like,
victim,
okay,
and that would have been
whatever.
okay.
So I said that not only for traffic stops, but why do traffic accidents? Why do police come? Because they can also write tickets for the traffic accident. Because I was just like doing work today and reading this traffic accident. And I was like, this is literally just like a form. Like anybody could come out here and write this form.
Yeah.
And then the only reason a cop has to do it is because in the form, he writes a lot who he thinks is at fault and gives them a ticket.
We needed intimidating with a guy with a gun.
Exactly.
Go
Why?
with this form.
Why do we
Make
need
sure.
that? It just absolutely makes no sense.
And a lot of the cops, if you ask them, they don't want to do this shit. They are like, please, I need to be out there stopping crime, and this is not crime.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with a protest. Like, some cops I think are fine. Some cops I don't think are douches. I'm sure there are a million douches.
Yeah, the problem is you put people in a place of authority, a lot of them become douchebags because of the authority.
Yeah, and the problem is, too, that they aren't getting properly vetted. Like, it shouldn't just be, like, something that you can sign up for, take a 6-week training course, and then, ta-da, you're a cop. You should have to go to college, take psych courses.
They gotta
It
be
should
like,
be
yeah,
something
just whatever.
daunting. It shouldn't be an easy, like, okay, I couldn't do anything else with my life, so I'm going to go be a cop now.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I do think, like, well, have you seen what they get paid? That's why. But I do think, they should have, like,
40K?
extreme liability.
50?
Yeah, like 50K.
Yeah, but that's still not enough.
So
for
here's the thing.
For them to be out there shooting people.
They could definitely get more money. We could pay cops more, but have them, like we said, only focus on actual crimes where there's a victim, not drug crimes, not traffic stops, not traffic accidents, robberies, assaults. I don't even know if domestic disturbance is necessary.
No, you could literally have people that already deal with that stuff.
Yeah, because cops could be the second line of defense for those calls. They don't need to be the first. People with guns don't need to show up to so much stuff.
A lot of domestic disturbances don't even have somebody that wants to press charges.
Yeah, it's true.
See, hear that, Chloe? I'll beat you, and you'll be like, "Oh no, I don't wanna blame him. He's all right."
I mean, we have it on recording now.
Now you fuck. But by the way,
Chloe, we are here for you.
Let's be honest. The real direction will be Chloe's beating me, and I'll be like,
no,
"No, it's all right, officer."
She's forcing me to eat food that's too spicy. No more curry.
No mas. But I did discover out of this an amazing YouTube channel called James Freeman.
Okay.
So he's one of these guys that he'll go to actual police departments, right? And he'll just start recording the police department. And a lot of police departments eventually one of the cops will come up and start asking him all these questions and get really agitated that he's recording. But he's basically just keeps on talking about his right to press, right? His
Yeah.
freedom of press, and they're in a public space, and he'll literally like listen to CB radio, like the radio calls for them, and go out to traffic stops and record the cops as they do stuff. And it's amazing. Sometimes he'll, like one video, the officer asks for him to identify himself. He hasn't committed a crime, so he doesn't have to, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, this goes on and on of him saying, identify yourself. He's like, no, I don't have to. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give him a license. And eventually, the police officer, he tells him, okay, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from reaching into my pocket and grabbing my driver's license. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm not going to do it for you because that's unlawful search and seizure. So if you do it, that's on you. But just know your qualified immunity doesn't apply anymore because now you're breaking the actual Constitution when you do that. So that's on you. I'm not going to stop you, but you have to reach into my pocket and do that. And then the cop does it, and he's like, oh, you screwed up, buddy. I gave you so many chances. And these guys actually file lawsuits on these police departments when they do that. Like, I just watched one where a guy got like $75,000 from one of the lawsuits.
So that's like what Nicole said. Like, some of these people, like, dude, like, how dumb do you have to be to go, like, okay, what did I learn in the Fourth Amendment? Okay, there's not like a lot of amendments.
Here's the
You
other
just
thing,
learned
too.
number 4. That's the most important one.
Bro,
for
you
cops.
got a cell phone. Look it up.
So here's the other thing too. Like, not every law enforcement department requires you to have like a degree in, say, like criminal justice or something. So
True.
a lot of these cops don't know the law and probably don't even know all of the amendments or the Constitution. The cops just have to have like a reasonable suspicion that you are breaking a law and they can arrest you. The only problem is once they get back to the station, they have to charge you with something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can ask them when you get to the station, are you charging me with something? If they can't figure something out of their ass to charge you with, then you're like, okay, are you detaining me? No, you're free to walk out.
That's also why we need to get rid of catch-alls, though, like disorderly conduct. Because
Evading
they use
arrest.
that all the fucking
Being a person
time.
I generally don't like.
Yeah, that's what he says that all the time. Like, you can't suspect me of disorderly conduct just because you think I'm annoying. He says that to the officers all the time. And this guy has the most amazing video you need to watch where he talks to a cop like a cop. So the cop comes up to him and he's like, excuse me, I think I smell alcohol in your breath. Have you been drinking? Can I have your ID? Sir, I need your ID right now. It's amazing the way he talks to cops. Like, cops will literally tell him to do something. He's like, no, shut up. Shut up.
The other one is pretty great is when the cops tell him to get out of their building. And he's like, no, it's my building. I paid for it.
So, okay. On one hand, yeah, I'm sure a lot of cops are being dicks.
Yeah.
But, like, it comes back to, like, Google Glass.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember Google Glass, why it wasn't a thing? Like, I would also get a little agitated if I know I'm being filmed. Like, what are you trying to catch me? Like, or you go into the bathroom and, like, dude.
Well, he's not filming people going to the bathroom. He's filming police doing their work.
Yeah, but he's filming people, like, everyone makes mistakes.
Correct.
Says stupid shit.
But police have body
All sorts
cams,
of
right?
stuff.
That's why we want body cams on police.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I would also get a little bit pissed.
Hey, I am filmed
Normal people get pissed if
every
you don't just go out with
hour,
your
every
cell phone and
minute
just
of my
take it to your
job.
friend.
I am filmed.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's weird.
Yeah, but that's also not your job. Like, think about
So
any public space you're in, people can be recording you.
So when people want to get upset, like when cops want to get upset about, oh, why do I need to not be recorded during my job? You know why I'm recorded every minute, every second of me doing my job? Why there are 15 cameras?
She works in a bank, yeah.
I work in a bank.
Wait. But text, like audio. Do they have audio on you?
Some of them. It depends on the camera system, honestly. Not every bank has them.
Most of them, I bet you're only being recorded.
But yeah,
video,
most of them are only video, but there are
you don't
some.
take fucking money.
So basically, with banks, your cameras don't really start recording until you hit like an alarm if somebody is robbing you, and then that's when audio and video picks up and starts getting recorded to like a bank security center.
But still, if they were recording you with audio, I would, like, if I were working that job, I'd be a little pissed because maybe I want to say something about my boss to a coworker.
I mean, we have, and it's a
I'm
safe
going to.
space.
But you don't work in the public sector
wait,
either.
Here's the other thing too, is that we are not allowed to be fired just because you don't like us. So if we have a discrepancy with our boss, we should be allowed to say it. The only reason that we can get fired is because of our job performance or because somebody was doing something shady within the bank. And
I'm sure if you call your boss a dick or a cunt or whatever,
I mean, they can
They'll
write
find a way.
a reason that
Okay,
your
here's
job
the thing.
performance ain't so great.
They can write you up. But if you're not saying it to their face, they can't really do anything about it. It's the same way with police. Why shouldn't they be filmed? Most of us are filmed at our job. If you even work at a grocery store, there are cameras. You are filmed all day long.
And they have dash cams filming themselves all the time.
Yeah, just to make sure they're not stealing $15 out of a till.
Felonies on these grocery cams.
That's what I'm saying. There's cameras in Walmart, and those people make like $10 an hour. Same thing in Target, and same thing at my job. Like, they're there to, one, protect us, to make sure that if somebody is robbing us, that they can be found by the fucking FBI. And two, if we are stealing from the bank, they will know because that is federally insured money. So why should not cops who are employed by the public be watched by the public to make sure that they are not killing the public?
No, it doesn't even have to be killing, but make sure they're not breaking the law themselves all the time like they are. They clearly are.
Yeah.
Even the best cops still will turn on their lights to go through a intersection.
Yeah, we saw it the other day.
Like, if they break the law, they should get more than a slap on the wrist, like more than the standard penalty.
Yeah, because these are the people that we are entrusting our lives with.
Offense, right? Like, yeah, if they assault somebody, like, unlawfully, yeah, definitely.
You should not only lose your job, you should serve like everybody else.
But I wonder how much of this is like, I don't think this ever gets brought up, or rarely, that a lot of this is just our jobs program for military people that come back.
Yeah, I
don't think they're I don't think they're educated, smart people that know about the Constitution. They're like, shit, all these soldiers came back from Iraq. Well, we need to get them jobs.
I don't think you're wrong. I think that's definitely something that happens. Hey, you're good at beating
the shit out of people. You know what? You need to beat the shit out of people.
I think it also depends on
we have a
where
job
you
for
get
that. It's called being a cop.
One thing I've noticed is that larger cities, like where I came from, down in Florida, they have much higher requirements, which is why you won't find these type of issues down there, is because they require the 4-year degree, they require extensive training, and they go through a lot of shit just to become police officers. One of my best friends down in Florida is one, and she went through a lot of shit. And when all of this happened back in 2015, me and her had our own issues because of the police problems. And she was like, not all cops, and I'm like, clearly I don't mean you. But a lot of problems is because too many places are.
But then she said, "But I don't like
anybody
black
can be a
people,
cop."
But also, why do police have like a really extensive training in weapons instead of de-escalating situations? Yeah. If you notice, they always escalate the situation. They don't de-escalate. There's very rare cops de-escalate a situation.
See, do they, or do we only see the part that comes on TV is when they're escalating?
Okay.
So I'm sure there are some that don't escalate.
You tell me, Nick, if you get pulled over and you don't cooperate, even though it's within your right to not give stuff, if they de-escalate and let you go or they escalate.
So here's the thing. I honestly have no idea because I would never escalate.
54.
Yeah.
I never do anything crazy. And then
But you never ask. That's your right, though. I'm saying if you exercise your right.
Traffic stops, the only time I've ever seen cops interact with people is a guy at the Columbus airport was talking about thinking everyone was gonna kill him, and I thought the cops seemed pretty nice. They were like, okay.
Oh
yeah. What day it was? I think I might have talked about this before, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get you mental professional help.
That's another thing they have to go to.
If you want to, it's your right. You don't have to, but we'll take you to somebody for these issues. And I was like, okay, the cops aren't so bad.
And honestly, that's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be handling those situations. Unfortunately, there have been times where police are shooting mentally ill people because they have no
Yeah.
idea how to deal with them.
Yeah.
And once
But I'm
again,
saying the only time I've ever seen it is the other way, when they were like, oh, that seems like they're actually pretty nice and
Yeah.
very respectful, overly respectful, but like, in my whole life, I've seen one instance.
But that
So
guy's
I don't
also
know
not
what the
challenging the
average is.
police, right? Whenever you challenge
Yeah,
their authority, they escalate. That's
But
the
that
point.
dude was fucking crazy. Everyone was out to kill
yeah,
him.
I mean, there's been so
I
many
had to hold it in
stories where
from
there are
laughing at
mentally
the
ill
shit he was
people
saying.
that are off their shits because they're off their meds and they end up dying.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't need a police officer there with a gun who was, quote, scared, unquote, for their life.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you're so scared to go out to do your job, you probably shouldn't be doing that job. If I was scared of getting robbed and shot by a fucking person that wanted $1,000, I probably shouldn't go do my job every day. But these people should be trained to not be scared enough to be shooting people unnecessarily.
Well, like I said, if we went to what we're talking about, where they only go to things like robberies, a lot of this stuff is after the crime anyways. They don't need a gun.
So all those things are nice. I'm just want to say that 50,000 just definitely not gonna cut it. All right.
Yeah. Well,
What's not going to cut
I
it?
still think go back to like.
I think if you want a nice cops, their salary need to be way higher before someone wants to do it.
No, that's what I was saying.
Because they do have to do the bullshit. Because there are ones where it's not like, it's like you're wrestling a motherfucker to the ground because he's dangerous. To other people, but like, again, like, if you're a meter maid given a parking ticket and someone's coming like, why are you giving me a ticket? I was only 5 minutes over. Pull out a gun and start shooting. He was angry.
So anyways, I started blasting.
I started blasting. But that's what I'm saying. They should probably have a higher salary, but also there should be less cops because they shouldn't be going to everything that they currently go to.
Less cops, higher salary, higher training.
More focus on actual crime.
I think other people that don't start with, I have a gun and I'm going, and if this goes south, like, other people that go, and then they run and call people with guns.
A lot more of an evaluation.
Take this scenario. Think about it, all right? Say you're a social worker, and you see you're called upon this work, and you see the guy that's ODing, all right? And there's a group of other people, right? You're trying to help them. They got violent. Someone start pulling out a knife, maybe not guns. What do you do?
That's when you call the police. That's our point. Is police should be the second line of defense, not first.
Not to mention, you can have, you should be able to have, like, a lot of police have mace, and they have tasers, and they have a gun. But the first thing they always reach for is the gun.
Yeah, a lot of
but this whole thing, the guy didn't reach for a gun. He reached for his knee.
I was trying to figure out what you meant.
He didn't literally reach for his knee.
How did he take a kneecap off?
Yeah, I was like, he reached for his knee. What is he talking about?
Wait a second.
But that's the point, though. He still used deadly force without a weapon.
Did he? I mean, he didn't. He could have shot the guy.
I'm telling you right now.
But he wasn't the only one on this guy either. And one of the other police officers even told him, it was like his 4th day on the job. And he was like, bro, you need to get off of him. And he was like, bro, shut up, I'm racist. And like, even people that were filming him were like, bro, get off of him.
You don't know these
and he's
blacks.
like, bro, I'm racist.
Okay. But, so, doing jujitsu, putting your knee on the neck of somebody while they're on their stomach.
It's like 10 seconds max.
No. While they're on their stomach, you just don't do that. It's literally you just don't do that. If they're on their back and you put the knee in the neck, that's a known dick move, and you're only going to do that to your like favorite.
The knee on their neck.
Yes, you're only going to do that to somebody to annoy them to get them to move. Like that's a known, like, that's a dick move in jiu-jitsu. Like you're kind of being a dick if you do it.
So
only do it with people you know are okay with it.
And the other side is the other.
Look, I've had Zachary's weight on me.
The police are trained to
I've
do
wanted
this.
to punch him
This
straight
is
in
a
the face.
standard
What?
operating procedure.
What's that?
Is that gets people so. If you read the other side, they say that this is standard operating procedure. This is something cops are trained to get people to stop. Put the knee on the neck.
I have not heard that. I've heard it's the knee on the back.
this George
Floyd.
He has 2 first names. George Floyd. That's right.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
This guy was like 6'5".
Here's
Right?
the thing, too, though.
Correct.
They already put him in the police car,
Yeah.
and then they dragged him back out of the police car, threw him onto the ground, had 3 officers on top of him.
Is it
I
ever
know,
explained
but
why
let
they
me
took
be
him back
devil's
out of
advocate.
it?
Some people say that
some
he was
6'5"
resisting arrest.
guy, it doesn't matter if he's
I'm not
black or
100%
white.
sure.
6'5" guy is attacking me.
He was already in handcuffs.
But why did
Was
they
he- was
take
he
him back out of
in-
the car?
I have not actually seen the video.
Yeah.
I've only listened to other people talk.
Oh no, they definitely put him in the car, and I'm pretty sure they punch and kick him while he's in the car, and then they drag him out and do what happened. So
What? Really?
yes, so
They drag him out of the car.
Yes.
Did they drag him out, or was he fighting in the car or some shit?
no, they drag him out of the car.
You know what? I'm gonna do something.
Well,
I
why don't we
haven't
watch
done,
it?
That you are shocked that I
I
have
don't wanna
not
watch
done
it.
at this
I
point.
don't wanna
I have
watch
not.
We don't have
watched
to
this
watch it. We
video.
can let him watch it.
I mean, I'm only okay with watching the beginning of it because in the middle of the video he starts like
You-
crying.
Oh, we're not going to listen to the sound.
Yeah, because
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we're not listening to it.
no,
the sound.
that's too much for me.
I should probably just go to YouTube.
I don't want.
Not to
CNN,
mention,
what's
he got
what's
the
least
police
biased
called on
version?
him for something the police do not handle.
I'm just typing
What is
George
it?
Floyd
Oh,
full
no.
video in YouTube.
That's
So,
the Secret Service. They were supposed to go to Washington.
Yes, so because I work in a bank, this is why I know this. So allegedly, he had a counterfeit $20 bill. It has come back that the $20 bill was real.
Oh, really? That makes this whole. It's supposed to make it more tragic, Chloe, but it is a little funny.
So allegedly, he used a $20 counterfeit bill. Some people said it was a forged check, but it came back it was a counterfeit $20 bill. And once again, it did come back that counterfeit was real. So the cashier that was checking him out thought it was a counterfeit $20 bill. It was actually a store that George Floyd was a regular at. And the owner of the store was actually not there. So the cashier called the police on him for the counterfeit $20 bill. Now, the police do not handle counterfeits. That all goes through Secret Service. I even have an account with the Secret Service.
Really quick question. I did know the Secret Service does counterfeiting, but one thing I never know is where the fuck is the secret? How many offices?
They
of the
have one
Secret
in
Service
every
are
city.
there?
So there's
Do they really?
Do they
Yeah.
really? I didn't
Well,
know that.
every metropolitan.
big
They don't
city.
have.
yeah.
there's
So
no
when I
Secret
lived in
Service Shelby,
Florida,
Ohio.
so when
I
I
know
lived
that.
in Florida, we sent everything to the Tampa because they have field offices in all the cities. So there's one in Columbus as well, off of I want to say Front Street.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you. I'm trying to think. It's been a while.
Such a weird thing. I know this is off topic,
What?
but I'm pretty sure like Ulysses S.
This
Grant
is weird 'cause it
founded
switches back and
the Secret Service.
Huh?
Like, why did he go? All right, I'm gonna found a new government agency that's gonna protect me because of assassination attempts. Also, fake money.
Also,
No, I mean
money.
they do a lot
And they'll wear
there.
suits and they'll get little earpieces in them. They haven't been invented yet, but they'll get earpieces.
Yeah, so that was so we always send the money off to the Secret Service because that's one of the reasons why I get fingerprinted is because when I touch the money, I have to initial that I touched the money, and anybody else at the bank that touches the money also has to initial that they touched the money. So when they run the fingerprints on the bills, they can eliminate our fingerprints off of it. And what they'll do is they'll establish a pattern in the area, and they'll try to find counterfeiting rings.
Okay, the video I'm watching,
I'm watching it still too, trying to.
I don't see him pull anyone out of the vehicle. I see a guy shut a door.
Hold on,
And then it switches.
I'm still watching.
perspective.
Yeah, the perspective switches
to
is
where
fucking
they
it
already
up.
have the knee on his neck.
Hold on, I'm waiting.
So I don't actually see him pull out of a car. Like, I already see knee on neck, but there was no pull out of car.
I'm waiting for that part too. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they were trying to get him into the vehicle. And he was refusing to get into the vehicle.
Okay, if you go later, they're walking him. So did it go back in time?
It cuts right before he
He is a pretty big
goes
guy.
down and he gets back up.
He's definitely towering
And
over
they
the
cut it right
bald
before
cop.
that. Why would they cut that?
That's what they have.
Yeah,
I mean, there's outside the
forgery.
store and falls. Officers pick him back up. There's baby. There.
Oh, you're reading the thing.
I'm reading that because that's the only thing that can really tell us what's going on.
Okay, I tried a different YouTube and then I get an ad for
Police officers?
I don't even know.
It's very targeted audience.
This was a car driving over some bricks of some sort. I don't know what the fuck that ad was for. God.
Yeah, the problem is why don't we don't.
Why is it? This is like got to be the most famous video.
The problem is
on
it's
Earth
so
right
much now.
Still can't find a clear copy of it.
Well, I'm trying to read
I
the
was
subtitles.
having that trouble now as well.
I'm trying to read the subtitles to see what's going on. 2 officers exit the vehicle.
Like I want to unedited.
Literally, like you said, the most famous video.
Okay, there's
right
Derek
now.
Chauvin, because he's the one that ends up killing him.
Just give me the fucking video.
Look, see there, you gotta
As
watch
it was
this.
shot. Google is dog shit now. Seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
they
actually
can't
used
give
Bing
me-
lately.
I'm gonna
Don't.
try
Oh my God.
DuckDuckGo.
No, I've had to because Google fucks up lately.
Yeah. It's just gotten so bad.
What was I looking for?
Floyd video.
Because the algorithm is racist, remember?
Where?
See if this is a different one.
God damn it. I still can't find it. There's
Thank
too
you,
much
video.
other media.
Yeah, that's
That's
the problem.
literally the whole thing. It's just him on his neck for that, like, 8 minutes. I can't watch that.
Okay.
Well, if you go back, there was one that said,
It does seem like it should be easier to find this, right?
Yeah.
Here it is. Cops dragged George Floyd from car before he was pinned. I think I might have found one.
let's
We're
see.
gonna watch it and see.
Molly Mansfield.
And you know what? I got it from Bing, so this is sad.
It's just TMZ, babe. Or no, The Sun. It's a UK website.
What's the name of it?
Hold on, wait. We're waiting to see if this one actually works.
Oh yeah, he was already in the
Yeah,
car.
he was totally
already
in
in
the
the
car.
car.
He was in his car.
Before pinned.
Here, I'm gonna.
He was in his own car.
It looks
or he
like
was in
it.
the cop car.
Yeah, Zachary's.
Well,
gonna send you
obviously
the
they're
link.
trying to get him into his
He
car.
was pulled from his car. It looks like.
I thought you were saying he was pulled out.
I
of,
thought
like,
that's
they
what it
already
was,
had him in
too.
the cop car. And then, like, yeah,
His own
if he was
car.
refusing to come out of his car, then you got to pull the guy out of the car.
Mm.
I don't know if you do
That
for.
seems reasonable.
I mean, I guess.
If you, because the way you were saying,
I thought it
sounded
was
like
he
you
was
were
in the
saying he was
cop
out of
car
his
and
cop
was
car.
pulled out,
That's
which
what I
definitely
thought.
is
That
worse.
sounds like a dick thing to do. Like you're just fucking the guy up.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been
That's
some
not-
cars that there's been some cops that do some dick things though. Oh, so here we go. Florida appeared to remain calm as cops tried to try to handcuff him despite police saying that he physically resisted officers.
He definitely looks like he's resisting in that the video. I'll
Yeah.
concede to that.
I don't know, man. 6
He
foot
does-
5 tall man above the man saying no is pretty strong resisting.
But he's also being
Don't you think
arrested
so?
for possibly spending a counterfeit bill.
Yeah, it's a bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
So-
don't.
The reason people resist
But
arrest
still,
is
if
because
you
like
go
this is
no,
fucking bullshit. Why are you arresting?
You can't say no. Like, I'm not going. Like, no, we have evidence, enough evidence to bring you in.
But what they didn't
But
have
they
evidence.
don't.
It is
That's the
They-
problem.
they
What
don't-
evidence?
They don't process counterfeit bills. I've had plenty of people try to deposit counterfeit bills, and all I do is tell them this is counterfeit. I have to send this into the Secret Service. I cannot deposit this. Most people are just like, shit, I'm out this money. What if
You
it
know
comes
what I
back
think
not
of-
counterfeit? And I'm like, if it comes back not counterfeit, the Secret Service will tell you that it's not counterfeit, and they'll send the bill back to you, and you can just redeposit it into the person's account.
So to arrest somebody, you have to have a reasonable suspicion that they've committed a crime, right? The only suspicion on this guy committed a crime is somebody called and said, I think this bill is fake.
Wait, whoa. Reasonable because he was black.
That's kind of the problem with the video, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why people are like, wait a second.
Here's part of the
If this was a
problem,
white Karen, guess what? Guess what would have happened? She wouldn't have been arrested, would she have?
I don't know.
Probably
I might have
not.
pushed.
I don't think she would have been arrested.
But you know what?
I
They
don't know, I
probably
might have
wouldn't have
pushed
been
for it.
intimidated by a 5'6" woman that weighs 150 pounds.
I mean,
I said
But
a white
here's what
Karen because Karen would have caused a stir.
Oh, she would have bitched like crazy, but
I don't think she would have been arrested, though.
I wouldn't be afraid of her punching
her
me.
hair would have shielded her.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I feel like part of this is like, if you're falsely accused,
Mm-hmm.
and like nothing, like at the end of the day, you waste a lot of your time, energy, your life, and it's just nothing. Like I feel like I don't know, like
Yeah.
if you give blood, you get a cookie. I feel like you should get an ice cream cone if they're like, sorry, buddy, we got you wrong. Here's an ice cream cone and $50.
It's true, though.
You know? Like, then they'd be like, yeah, take me in, buddy. I'll go visit the police department.
That's another thing I think police need is more liability on, like, falsely
They just had
detaining or falsely arresting
It's-
people.
Bakery
Like
department.
an ice cream cone and a $50 bill.
If you get your card stamped for the 10th time, you get a free one.
You get a freebie.
Congratulations, you get one murder. On us.
Damn. But for real, they could have, like, if they actually had police records public and people complained, if a cop kept arresting people that ended up being let go because the arrest was so obviously not true, right? Like, they don't even have to go to jury. Their superior comes in and go, you fucking dumbass, let this guy go or we're going to get sued. The more that happens with the cop, the more likely that person should be booted, right?
Yeah, so, and you know what again, reading an economist talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest problem they think is unions.
Oh, yeah,
Is
I
unions
100%
protect the
agree with
fucking
that.
shit out of them. Is they're like, no, they can do anything.
I'm pretty
If
sure
they
a
get to
cop
keep
could
their
come
job.
out, piss on somebody's face, have it recorded, and they'll just get fired and rehired in a new district because of police unions.
Mm. See, a lot of this is just, not just cops, just any large organization in general.
True.
Like, I feel like in the company I work at, or in the Christian church, the Catholic church,
Yeah.
when they're like, oh, you're raping kids? That's all right. We'll transfer you elsewhere. Because if I get caught raping kids, I want to just be transferred.
That would look weird.
you know,
'Cause
Yeah,
if I-
it's just this.
I'm gonna cut
It's
that,
just
by the
this-
way. So
What?
Cut that.
I'm gonna cut that as a clip so I can always have you say
Oh,
that.
When I say if I get caught raping kids. Okay, context. Catholic priest. That was a Catholic priest, a corrupt.
That's
Catholic
not how
priest
cutting
in
things
Russia.
out of context works, man. You're already screwed.
God damn. I would be so bad if I were a politician. If I tried to run for office, there was like so many clips of me like, I want to rape kids. And I'm like, listen to what he said.
Listen to what this motherfucker said. There's no way.
Come out. I'm in context. No one's gonna listen.
Everyone would be like, in what possible fucking context? Well, if somebody said, well, he was pretending to be the Catholic Church, we'd be like, oh, you know what? That is the one context. You're right.
That does actually make sense.
That, you know what? That checks out. No false arrests here. You're free to go.
Mm.
Okay, here's another YouTuber I discovered that is relevant to the discourse. Remember your shopping cart theory? I think we came down to about 7 cars distance.
Oh yeah.
I found a guy called Cart Narcs.
Oh, I thought of
Really?
your brother when I first heard about this guy.
And so he'll in parking lots when he sees somebody not return carts, he goes out with like a little glowing baton and goes, woo, 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 woo. You gotta return your cart. You forgot to return your cart. And people get so pissed. It's so fucking great. And he'll
See, you know what? If this guy did that to me, I'd put my knee on his neck for 8 minutes.
Jesus, dude. Not good. Not good.
No, but only if there was like 8 cars between me and the place. If there were 5 cars, I feel like I deserve it.
You feel like it's
I
going to
deserve
happen.
him to call me out. But otherwise, 8? Come on.
Okay, so you got to watch this guy though, because people do get pissed.
Yeah, see, that's what I was like. I get cops getting pissed at being videotaped. I don't want to be videotaped. I say dumb shit all the time. I sometimes impersonate Catholic priests and say, "What if I rape kids?"
The problem is you don't have the authority to murder people though for it.
Yeah, that's true. So justifiably they should be filmed.
Exactly.
But I understand them getting upset and angry. But they should,
You know what? Them
they
getting
should
upset
have
and angry
saying
is fine.
it's okay. You
if they
need
do
to be
something.
okay.
What's that?
I think they should actually be like training saying you should be okay to be videotaped. I know it's fucking annoying. I know it's a little douchey, but
Yeah.
you should display the best possible behavior you can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's all it really. That's basically the training they need, right? Hey, if you're being filmed, don't grab the person's camera. Don't destroy it. Also, when like the police are sued, like the unions pay out and stuff. Not, you know what I mean? Like the cops, the police paychecks aren't affected. It's just the union, which means they just that will actually get rid of the cop because they'll be like, you're a liability for us. But the person who did the act isn't really punished.
Yeah.
They're the being fired from the police department for most police officers just literally means they go to a different district.
I wonder, like, why do they even try at all? Cops. Like, if I'm a cop, right, and some guy's going crazy, and I'm like, my job's safe. Fuck them. Let them fuck those people up or do whatever.
Because they're in a position of authority and they like to exercise it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, I'm more of a slacker type. If I feel like I'm going to get my paycheck either way, I'm just not going to do anything.
Dude, if I was a police officer...
I guess that's the donut stereotype.
Yeah,
like,
I'd get fat
I
and
wouldn't
eat
be the
donuts.
one putting my knee on the neck of a guy. I'd be eating donuts all fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be a good revenue
got
collector.
me, bro.
Yeah, I always wondered that too. Like some police just like choose what laws they enforce too. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's all a crazy system. You know what? We still haven't gotten to the autonomous zone.
I know.
Are you going to try to create an autonomous zone in Columbus?
Isn't that fucking insane though that exists?
Yeah,
the crazy is we just watched the Waco.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! That show's so good.
Did you watch that show?
Yeah,
that's crazy. I knew a little, like I've heard so many references, and I remember a little bit going on when I was a kid, but I didn't understand it.
Yeah, same.
So I so wanted to watch that show to like fully understand what the fuck was going on. The 90s were a crazier time than I remember, because like when you're a kid, you don't understand that shit's going on. But that Ruby Ridge in the beginning was real, and then there was this Waco, and then there was like shortly after the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
That was because of Waco. Like that guy said, that's one of the reasons.
Oh, really?
I do remember my teacher giving a talk about that. I think in like 4th grade.
I mean, it's pretty fucked
me
up.
Still just knowing like some crazy guy blew up a building. That's all I knew.
That's another thing. Can we just
like context?
Can we just stop caring about who's fucking who in our laws?
Oh, because of Waco.
Yeah.
Well, a 14-year-old girl is a little weird.
Wasn't that not proven though? Not.
I don't know. Actually.
It's not actually known whether or not he did that.
I have no clue. I assume he did.
Yeah.
Polygamy.
Oh yeah, it was kind of funny because I was watching.
I guess the government lies all the fucking time from what I see.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're just like, she was 14, and we were totally justified in killing all these other people.
The Waco guy seems so innocent compared to those Antifa guys in,
Yeah,
Seattle.
he's more likable than some douches.
I know.
Yeah.
Then guys like, cops are corrupt. That means I get to loot the Best Buy.
I mean, he was the head of a cult, though. I mean, I know they don't call it a cult, but
I like they were saying in that show, like every religion's a bit of a cult, really. They're
True.
all cults. Some are just more popular. I never get them. I think they're all fucking crazy, but
Yeah.
you're allowed.
His
to
cult's
believe
pretty
whatever you
fucked
believe. I
up,
don't
though.
give a shit.
So I'm going to fuck all the women. I mean,
I know.
they're your wives, but I'll be fucking
I was
them.
watching this thinking, I need to find a cult. I need to create my own cult.
I'm just saying, like,
Oh, that's okay, Chloe.
how do the husbands agree to that? Like, that guy had to be quite the speaker, though, right?
Yeah, I gotta assume those guys weren't getting erections anymore, anyways, or something. That's my guess.
Or the
No
third
idea.
marriage
Like,
is
it
already
wasn't
kind of
working
falling
down
apart.
there.
Like, it's already.
No, well, at least how it was portrayed. His best friend, the second in command behind the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like smart. His marriage was fine.
Yeah, he just
It
believed
just
in the
seemed
guy.
Yeah, but they couldn't get pregnant, and maybe he wasn't.
Oh,
able
that's
to
right.
do
I forgot
something.
about that
I thought that's what
storyline.
they were portraying is like.
It's the way for her to get pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know.
I mean,
I never.
less fucked
understand-
up things
I
have
don't
happened in
understand
non-cults.
religion at
So
all,
yeah,
right?
same.
So I don't understand why any of these people believe this crazy shit.
I'm with you on that. But it's interesting to watch. It was definitely an interesting show. Like you said, like I never really understood what it was about.
Yeah. Oh, so that Thibodeau guy? That dude's really still alive.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, there's still people out there.
That survived the whole thing. So yeah, but that Chaz, that's pretty fucking crazy.
Because he would have been a teenager when I was a kid. Yeah, it's just so crazy.
How do you think that's gonna end? Do you think there's gonna be bloodshed?
Oh,
Tear gas.
yeah, I don't. They're definitely gonna get the guy in control. This is like some rapper,
it's gonna be like
amateur
that.
rapper.
Tear gas and turn to fire.
You think at this point it's
explosion,
multiple
and people
people
are
though?
dead.
Multiple people will die.
No, I think
Or, like, get
multiple people
arrested?
are in control.
I don't know. There's no way they're gonna like. I was just before we got on this podcast watching the latest Joe Rogan with Bill Burr.
Yeah, and
were
they
talking
talked about
this.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they're trying to take bets on how many people die.
Yeah, we should take our bets. I think he said 4, right? That was his bet.
He's right. It's a good Vegas odds number because like it could be 0. It could literally be no one dies and they just
Yeah.
arrest them. They all pussy out when.
But if people
when,
do
like,
die,
people with big guns, like they're definitely gonna lose
yeah.
guns. Like they're just gonna be like, yeah, fuck this shit. I'm going to prison.
I feel like the Vegas number though is more like 0 or a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be either a bloodbath or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe one person gets shot and that gets people to like, oh, this is snap back to reality. Whoops.
You know what I want to see? I want to look up there's a leader, right? Some rapper guy.
You
Yes.
want to what?
So there's a leader, a rapper guy, right?
Is there? Is that really who's leading this thing? A rapper?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like an amateur rapper.
What the fuck?
Have you not seen this?
No. This is like Adolf being a fucking amateur painter.
Leader of autonomous.
Leader of Chaz. Just took Leader of Chaz, man.
Okay, leader of Chaz. Why is it called Chaz?
Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
Oh, okay, autonomous. Okay. Rapper Raz Simone.
Really?
That's his name, is Raz Simone, and he's a rapper. He's an amateur rapper.
Well, he just got a whole lot more famous.
So, to make my Las Vegas odds bet, I want to look up YouTubes of this guy, just talking normally, and compare him to David Koresh. And be like, how charismatic is he? Can he?
Yeah?
Yeah, can he get people... Is he so charismatic he can be like, you know what? God wants me to bang your wife. And they're like, well, shit.
He doesn't necessarily have to be charismatic. Maybe he's just
You
good
know
at
what?
getting people
are
to,
going to die for him.
to do stuff.
No,
You know, like,
leader has
he
to
just
be
might be a good
charismatic.
leader.
Yeah.
Getting people
Otherwise,
organized.
leaders can't be a leader.
Yeah, I think you gotta make people believe.
It could just be the organization, you know what?
This is gonna become a thing.
Dude, it's so fucking crazy that there's literally 6 blocks in the United States right now that are technically not the United States because people took it
I wonder
over.
how many people really are just like.
Well, they should cut their water.
Because there are a lot of people
electricity,
there.
cut
How many people like believe in the cause, and how many people are like, this is cool?
Bro, I would be down there in a heartbeat.
Exactly. Like, it's just because it's fun. It's not like they're believers in Waco. Oh, here's what I wanted to ask you, Zach.
Yeah.
So, okay, how much did you go to the riots because you believe Columbus police are systemically just awful and you really, really need change?
Uh-huh.
And how much is because it's a really cheap date night? Like, give me a percentage.
Oh, dude, it's way more on the first part because I was watching all kinds of videos before this, and I was like, I have to go out there.
And it gets you angry when you see them being shitty?
Yes.
Because I do get angry when I see people being shitty.
Yes, absolutely. It was way more.
But is it at least...
I kept watching stuff and getting angrier and angrier about it.
Is it at least a little... Also, this would be kind of cool.
I mean, I guess it was something to do, but...
It's fun to watch, and, like, you've been cooped up the whole time.
Yeah. Certainly there's a bit of an aspect to that.
Yeah.
But it was definitely more...
Give me a percentage. I want your honest estimate.
Good.
What percentage?
I don't know.
How much are you angry, and how much are you like, dude, I'm fucking bored out of my mind. We can't go to a theater for a date.
I mean, we didn't do those kind of dates anyways. I would say it's way more than you'd think.
Well, you can't go to, what was the arcade you went to all the
Dave & Buster's?
Well, I mean, a large portion of my family is
Buster's.
black, and I'm full of minorities, so it really pissed me the fuck off.
Family's black?
What?
You don't look so black, but alright.
A large portion of my family is black.
Okay.
I would say it's like more 90-10, man.
90-10?
Yeah,
okay.
I would say it's way heavier than you would believe.
Yeah, a lot of my family has like married into the black community. I have black nieces and nephews, so for me it was like, am I gonna have to worry about my nieces and nephews or my little cousins going out and trying to be a part of society and be productive members of this world and having them fucking murdered?
So that.
All right, then.
I mean, my nephew's goal right now is to come
I can get pissed at these
to...
videos of people being douches, but it's hard for me to, like...
That's because you've never really dealt with it, right?
Yeah, like...
Our parents...
When I get pulled over, it's like, this is a clean-cut guy, you know what?
Because he's from your same tribe.
Here's a ticket. I get pissed and I go, fucking... This is a bullshit traffic stop, but I mutter it under my breath and it's okay.
Well, let me put it this way: our mom and dad didn't have to sit us down and have a talk about how you need to act when you get pulled over by a police officer, so you don't get shot.
I mean, Zachary has met my oldest nephew, and my oldest nephew wants to move up here and play football for Ohio State, and he has a really good shot at it. And my nephew is 15, and I think he's taller than you now. You met him.
Yeah, he was pretty tall.
Yeah, he's really dark skinned, so it's just like, I mean, that 12-year-old was shot from long range on a playground, so I have to worry if my nephew comes up to the number one place where white cops are shooting black citizens.
Did this happen in Columbus? You made a reference. I have no clue what
you're
talking about.
So back a few years ago, when I believe the Black Lives Matter movement first started, there was a 12-year-old on a playground with a fake gun, like most kids. Somebody had called it into the police. The police drove up to the playground and shot the child.
Is a real thing. But I don't think this is a black thing. I thought that was always a big thing, is if you have a fake gun...
No, it was like a fake toy gun, like most kids play with fake toy guns.
Well, so that's why legally you have that little orange tip.
No, I don't even think it was one of those. Anyways, it was a 12-year-old on a public playground, and the police thought it was a grown man and shot the kid from across the parking lot. No warning, no nothing, just fucking sniped him.
So the orange tip is supposed to let you know it's a gun.
Not a gun.
Okay, here's the thing too. My white brother has played with those airsoft guns. I don't even think it was an airsoft gun. I think you know the type of gun that I'm talking about. That your brothers have probably played with. They're fucking fake as shit. They don't even look real. Somebody called the
pretend little
police
guns.
on a child on a playground.
Yeah,
Again, they are all supposed to have orange tips, which is supposed to let the cops
That's
know
not
that they're
the
not
point.
real.
The point is
Then you're not
somebody
supposed
called the
to, like-
police on a 12-year-old on a playground. And the
No, I'm
police
saying
and
this
the
has
police did not
always
even
been
go
a
up
story,
to the
like,
kid.
20 years
Nothing.
ago.
Literally sniped him out of the parking lot and killed him.
Do you remember the kid's name?
Tamir Rice. Tamir, last name Rice, R-I-S-C-E.
Because I don't...
I'm saying I remember this when I was, like, even a little kid. Like, you know, like, why do they always have orange tips?
Yes, but
Like,
the thing
why
is,
are
my
they-
brother
it was
is
a weird
very, very
thing.
white, and his white friends used to go play with those guns all the time, and nothing has ever happened to
At the
them.
beginning of the call, and in the middle, he says of the pistol, it's probably fake.
Then
He's
that's-
probably a juvenile. So the call actually said it's probably
Oh
fake.
shit! Did you see that YouTube from? It's been a while ago.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. It's bad, but it's still hilarious.
What is it?
All right. So somebody spliced together. All right, this white guy marching with an assault rifle. Right?
Uh-huh.
And then, like, a cop comes and talks to him, and they argue, okay, like, but that's it. Like, the white guy's like, it's my right to have this assault rifle, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, and then they have a black guy carrying the same assault rifle, I
Uh-huh.
think. And then a cop car starts driving by, and as soon as they see it, they just pin out, get out, and just tackle the motherfucker. Like,
Exactly. That's the point,
like,
right?
Immediately.
That's the whole
But
reason,
so-
like, just a few weeks before all this happened, there were protesters at the State House protesting the, like, stay-at-home orders and when wearing masks because of a pandemic. They were out there with assault rifles, and literally there were no cop cars. The National Guard did not get called out, and there were people walking around with semi-automatic weapons. And then we come out for a peaceful protest to protest police brutality, and you know what the police brutality do at the police brutality protest? Police brutality.
But I still try to always see both sides. So here's the other part. So, okay, if I take out my gun...
Yes, but if if
What-
200
you're not
African
letting-
American
hold
people
on.
had come and
Hold
shown
on.
up with
Hold on.
automatic weapons, do you think that they wouldn't have been shot?
I have no idea. But if I take my gun in assault rifle in Shelby, Ohio,
Mhm.
okay, and I march down the street, that's just fucking normal. A bunch of hillbillies with guns around there. It doesn't matter. Cops will just be like, hey, buddy, cool gun.
Yeah, but this was at the
And
State
seriously,
House in
but
Columbus,
if
Ohio.
I go to downtown, like, New York, in the, like, worst part where, like, Chicago, South Side Chicago, where I think they have the worst murder rate in the world, and
I'm
even if I'm
sorry.
a white guy and I have an assault rifle, they're gonna pull my fucking ass over and be like, motherfucker, what you got that gun for?
But I still think your
Like,
first part of that is
huge-
wrong.
Huge context difference.
If a black man walks down Shelby, Ohio with an
Okay,
assault
you're right.
rifle, it's
They
going to
will
be a
kill
different
him.
situation,
They will
won't
kill
it?
him.
I want this experiment. You're right. Oh, I do want to see this.
They will kill
Oh
him.
man, I'd pay so much to a black guy to walk down Shelby, Ohio with an assault rifle.
It's-
You couldn't.
I don't
And
think you
know
can
what?
pay
You
him
would
enough
earn it.
because he's
That would
probably going
be
to die.
earned money. That would be earned money because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I honestly
You
do not
honestly
know.
would worry about that person's life, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you're right.
But if you
I think a white guy is
strap
walking down
a
Shelby, Ohio, they'll be
53-year-old
like,
man,
that's just a hillbilly. They like their guns around here.
Yeah, if you're a white guy, you're fine walking down. I guarantee you an officer would stop you and make sure you had a permit or something, and that's it.
Although, here's the thing. One is pretty suspicious, because there aren't any black people in Shelby, Ohio. One is like, what the fuck is going on here? That ain't no hillbilly.
Wait. That's not a hillbilly in this town.
that's the other thing that black people go through that white people don't go through. They have to make sure whenever they're traveling that they're traveling through safe towns.
Yeah, it's very
That's-
true.
You guys just go wherever the fuck
I
you
don't
want.
know if you realize this, Nick. I don't know how many people you
I
talk.
Go to south side of Chicago.
Yeah. I don't know how many people you talk to from Mansfield, but black people from Mansfield knew not to go to Shelby.
Oh, yeah.
That
no,
was like
I
a
know,
thing.
like-
Not to go to Shelby. Don't go to Shelby.
Dude, how many people, older people in Shelby, do you talk to? I know that there are people with pride talk about how until I think the 70s there was a sign.
Oh yeah,
in
with pride. You're
yeah.
right. That's the problem with the sign. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah, just like
there are definitely some super.
whenever
racist
I lived in
sign.
Florida and I traveled outside of Florida, I knew not to get gas between the border of Florida and Georgia.
Oh, what's that? Oh yeah. I've always heard in Florida, the more to north you get, the more south it is. The more like.
Yeah. So what
Or,
you
like,
want to do
super
is if you're
hillbilly.
leaving Florida, you get gas around one of the college towns because they're more liberal.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing with
And then
driving
you
from
don't
Chicago
stop
to
until you get to
Columbus,
like
we don't
Atlanta
stop
at least.
Gary.
No, yeah, you know, sometimes you learn this the hard way. Like, we pulled over in Cleveland one time, and there was, like, the bulletproof glass in the gas station.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, we
Why
did not
not
know that.
parked?
You know what? Let's get the gas and get the fuck out as soon as possible.
And there was a cop car
I've
right
never seen-
outside.
Yeah,
You know?
I've never seen bulletproof gas in a goddamn gas station before. There's a reason that is there. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's just like if I go out too much into the sun or if I don't straighten my hair, I'm at risk. I'm a woman too, so.
If you don't straighten your hair.
Are you kidding me? I have very curly hair, and if I go out in the sun, I get very tan. I look really
you're gonna-
Spanish.
You're gonna look like.
I look
Rachel
very, very
the
Spanish.
Sun-
Gonna look like we need to
Oh.
build a wall around her.
Good lord.
I told my coworkers about our experience at Petco yesterday, and my coworkers were like, they were following you around the store asking if you need anything, not because they were closing, but because you're Puerto Rican and they think you're gonna steal from them.
Yeah.
I was like,
gonna
no,
say,
no,
if
no,
you
no. I
if
had
you
my
get really
boyfriend there.
tan and
He's
you
very
let your
white.
hair
I take him
curl,
everywhere.
I thought you'd just get job offers, but very menial
Hey, it was like a lawn business.
ones.
Seriously, I've actually heard this from my coworkers.
Oh yeah.
He moved from first I guess Russia, then to Germany, then to the States, and his wife also is not American. Comes straight to Home Depot, asks some random missing guy if they can help her move stuff.
Oh my god.
She'll pay $20.
Oh Jesus.
Just
And that worked.
20?
Yeah, they said yes.
He said yes. You're like, man, that's pretty fucking
Oh, the Lord.
racist, but yeah, I want that $20.
Telling that I was like, what? Really? You did that?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that could kind
Sometimes
of be
you're
like a
like-
benefit
Is,
and a negative.
Not
is it racist if it works?
well, I grew up in a very white neighborhood and
I
I
was
watched
confused.
everybody's kids. I also helped my really white neighbor set up all 12 Christmas trees in her house.
Oh my
And
god.
I got paid by the hour. And then I ran her Christmas party, and I was like 16.
Hmm.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
it does fit the trope.
So, I mean, obviously, some stereotypes for some cultures exist because that's just the culture, right?
The white lady needs
Yeah.
help raising her
Well,
children.
I mean, like the first time, I think it was in where you live now, Worthington Meadows.
Uh-huh.
That's the
Yeah,
place?
yeah. There was
First-
no neighbor.
Like I was there maybe a month or two,
Uh
and then some Hispanic lady just came up and asked me, "You need cleaning?"
huh. Really?
No. And I'm sure she's asking me because I'm a white guy
You're dirty.
that comes in with like khakis and like a polo.
I think she goes around the neighborhood because she don't
I
want
don't
to
know.
put up.
And
I
she was like,
mean-
hell yeah, bro.
I don't know, but it was like
That's what.
obviously no white person had ever asked me, "Hey, you need cleaning?"
Well, when I-
but in like an accent, like it's like the only time that's ever happened.
Dude, I
is,
live
like,
right next to
no,
two
thanks.
Brazilian families, and they have a cleaning business.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
like,
I don't know how y'all made money when you were little, but like when I was in middle school, me and my siblings, our parents didn't give a shit. So they were like, you better find ways to make money. And obviously, we're not old enough to get jobs anywhere. So we would just walk around to our neighbors fucking soliciting shit. You need a car wash, you need your house cleaned, you need a lawn mowed, like just looking.
Wow, your parents perpetuated the stereotype.
Yeah, hard
I
workers.
remember Dad always said,
Go mow the lawn.
Like, you got the rest of your life to work, son.
Yeah, our dad would always say that. I remember that.
But you know what? It's different than Asians and East Asians because once I turned 16,
Yeah.
They were like, okay, Nick, you need to get a job. Like, Mom just surprise dropped me off at Cornell. To get a job. Seriously. I had no idea.
Did you really?
Like,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, because she was friends with the manager. What's her name?
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name.
Carla?
Carla, that's it, Carla.
I think that's
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Yeah, she was friends with her. So
I didn't know that was a surprise
I got a job
drop.
and I didn't even know what I was doing.
I have no idea that
Yeah.
I need to work.
But yeah, so talking to the East Asians and Indian people, they think like you shouldn't have a job until you're 22 at least.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a college.
Really?
And what's crazy
Yes.
is like a guy I work with. So when his daughter is in college and studying for her medical exams because she's trying to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Him and his wife, the parents.
Yeah.
They go to the college. They cook and clean for the daughter while she's studying.
That's
What a
very
different
so she
culture.
doesn't have
Holy
anything
shit.
else
My
to
family
worry
didn't do
about.
that for
They
me.
pay for everything. They pay for the medical school. They pay for her first house. They pay for everything.
Yeah, that's kind of how it
Like,
was.
because she needs to get her education and she needs to get into medical school. And it is belittling to take a small job. Like, belittling.
Yeah.
Like, it will
Yeah,
distract you from
okay.
your studies.
Wow.
Okay, insert this.
Yeah.
You think why model minority do well? That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Okay?
But it's
But they do it like generational wealth. So it's like
Yeah.
the first parents that come here, they work really, really hard. Like one of my managers, her parents came and they ran a Quickie Mart, and she literally grew up working in the Quickie Mart. And so it's just like then when she got married and everything, they passed along all those family heirlooms.
We're just going through all the
that
stereotypes
gold.
today, or
No, I'm not even joking. They
I
ran,
know.
they
I'm
ran
just
a
saying
series
that's
of
so
gas stations.
stereotypical.
And like I asked her why she never had seen any Disney movies, and it's because like her parents are
worked in a Quickie
Indian
Mart, yeah.
and she worked in her whole childhood. She'd never seen any like Disney princess films. And then they pass that wealth along to their kids, and their kids get married,
Yeah.
and then they have kids, and they set aside that money. So it's just literally it just builds up through the generations.
I wonder though
Yeah.
how like
Yeah.
obviously there's benefits to being raised that way, but what's the negatives of living your whole life where your parents, even up to you're 22, just take care of everything, including cleaning and cooking?
Yeah, like, I talk to these people, and, like, somewhat they're jealous that I had, like, even just jobs that aren't just complete corporate, because they know nothing else.
Yeah.
Like,
Studying.
they
That's all they know.
Study to corporate job. Like, that was
I've
their whole
learned
life.
that
I'm sitting next to somebody that was basically like this, is study the whole
Yeah.
life until corporate job.
Yes.
I've learned
And,
that
like,
those people
you
are
know-
stunted.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in Cornell's,
Yeah.
when working the grocery job, I told them the story of, like, playing hockey with a broom and an onion, and I got paid for it. And then, like, when we were in school specialty,
Yeah.
we made swords out of, like, cardboard boxes and fought with them.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's an
Dude, I used to
experience.
play tag. We played like capture the flag at Cornell's. You know, like the little produce bags?
No, I
That was
didn't
your
know
flag. I wrote up
There
rules.
was so many ways to do dumb shit when you were there.
Yeah.
We had like contests of how many people can balance that little thing that you pull up the milk carts with.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, we made like basketball hoops and like shot out of the milk carts and shot hoops.
It definitely breeds your
Like-
creativity more than anything else.
Yeah, you just get bored as fuck and you do whatever.
If there's anything I've learned growing up in the U.S., it's that every job will make you bored as fuck enough to learn to do something else other than what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
Fact.
which is a strength. Because otherwise you're like, I'm working this job because I need food.
Yeah.
In most of the other shitty countries.
It's true.
That's sad.
It's kind of true though, right?
That does
Yeah.
happen.
All right. Well, it's getting late. We gotta get to bed.
Alright, this was a fun
Yeah, that was a
podcast,
good one.
though.
Make sure you send this one to me. I have.
Alright.
I may or may not have extra free time at work to start editing podcasts now. So.
Alright.
We're gonna try to before you go, try to get on like a regular schedule. You want to do like every other week, on like
Sure.
Sure.
Every Friday?
yeah, every Friday, every other. So like next time we'd meet on the 26th.
Sure.
Cool.
Alright, that works.
I'll try and set a
Alright.
schedule and remind you.
All right, cool.
Sounds
All
good.
right, later.
All right, later.
Later.